Good day, everyone. We are from the Group 6 and we're going to talk about the current trends and issues in the tourism and hospitality industry. So, for today's learning outcomes, at the end of this chapter, you should be able to discuss the social and economic changes that suggest a bright future for the tourism and hospitality industry. Be familiar with the specific issues that owners and managers of the tourism and hospitality establishments are likely to face in the following areas: the marketing, legal, human resources, operations, and consumers affairs. And lastly, identify the steps taken by the owners and managers of tourism and hospitality management entitled to address the major issues confronting the industry. The issues to be discussed: marketing issue, legal issue, human resources issue, operations issue, and the consumers affair issue. The bright future of tourism and hospitality. In recent years, a number of significant social and economic changes have occurred that suggest a bright future for the tourism and hospitality industry. So, ang number, kani ko na siya sa recent years, na ko na yung mga number of significant social and economic changes nga ni-occur para mo-suggest a bright future para sa mga tourism and hospitality industry. So, number one, we have the early retirement. At present, many workers retire at an early age than the case in previous years. So, karong mga panahon na nung kay mga manarabo nga ma-retire sa kanang sayo-sayo po sa mga oras kaysa sa mga sinauna nga panahon. So, the U.S. Social Security system provides benefit to workers as young as 62 years of age, and many employer retirement programs are based on years of service rather than on age. So, magbaso na ko na sa years nga nagtrabaho ka. So, may nandatron ka nga nag-start ka 20. So, ipo na ang years sukad ka nag-start pag 20 ni mo. Kaya dili, like, para sa unang minuta nga 60 years old sila, kaya mo retire na sila. Dili na siya yung nanakaroon. So, it is possible to work 25 to 30 years and receive a benefits at the age of 55 or younger. The increasing number of people who retire early is beneficial for the tourism and hospitality industry because these people use their time to travel and see the world. Number two, we have the longer lifespan. The average individual can now expect to live beyond the age of 70, and many will live longer. This is contrast to earlier generations when the average lifespan was much less. So, parang okay, taas sagad ang kinabuhi sa mga tao. Mas taas na siya kaysa sa before. Kung may before kay makatay na they said, pero like nanay mo live na longer beyond 70 kay work dili pa sa una. And the increasing population of older retired citizens who are richer due to pension programs and are healthier provides a larger base of potential customers for tourism and hospitality operations. Number three, shorter work week. In the past, the 6-day work week was the standard for most working people. 6-day work week daw, so 6 day per week ang standard sa una. At present, the 5-day work week is standard and the 4-day work week is becoming common. Karon daw kung 5 days na lang or 4 days sa week, leaving several days for other activities. The resulting increase in leisure time combined with faster and easier transportation make it possible for many individuals to take weekend vacations and travel to a degree they could not have made a few years ago. The tourism and hospitality industry will surely benefit from this increase in travel. So, nice kayo siya, guys. Kay, maka-take a vacations during the weekend. Unlike before, kay, 6 days, then na 7 days. Sa week. Hindi, 1 day, rest day na siya. So, batik na siya. Number 4, greater disposable income. The average family has more money to spend than before. This is due to higher wages and two-earner households. A large portion of the additional disposable income is spent on consumers' goods and services. The tourism and hospitality operations receive an important share of it. Ang mga pamilya daw karon mga average lang kay mas maka-earn daw siya og money kay taas-taas na ang mga sweldo, and possible na nga duha na ka tawo sa isa ka family ang mo-work. Number 5, last, not the last, but greater mobility. Provide roads and better transportation, make it easier to travel every year. So nice na dito ang mga roads, and nilot na siya agi-agian sa mga moagi. The modern highway system has reduced the time required for automobile travel between any two points. New planes use new technologies which enables them to carry more passengers while using less fuel. This increase in travel have a possible impact on tourism and hospitality industry sales. So, mas dako na daw ang mga airplanes and mas less na ang ilang magamit ng fuels. So, muna dyan ni last, smaller families. The average family size has decreased. Thus, it is easier for a family to travel, and travel costs less if few family members travel.
Rules may be enough to make them decide never to return. Many owners and managers have realized the ineffectiveness of setting strict rules governing every detail of guest service. Thus, they now set policies that are guest oriented. They empower their employees to make decisions that will improve the quality of service to guests without having a negative impact on operations. Issues. The operations issues include automation, smoking or non-smoking areas, sanitation and public health, and recycling solid waste. So, automation. Automation is the process of using electronic and mechanical equipment and machinery to complete some or all of the tasks associated with a given enterprise. The two primary reasons for automating an enterprise are to increase the speed of work and to reduce the cost of work. So, kaning duha is very helpful sa ato ang company because para mas paspas ang trabaho o less cost sa mga employee. So, automation in the travel industry is here to stay. Computerization will affect the industry principally in three areas, namely communications. Business travelers frequently change their itineraries to suit their changing requirements. Much time at present is lost in making alternative arrangements through vendors or distributors from payphones, hotel rooms, or secretaries' phones. Portable Communication Data Units or PCD use a portable telephone or computer allows a business traveler to communicate with any travel entity from any place, including airplanes, and rearrange or reconfirm his travel plane. So, gamit kayo ang communication sa ato ang tourism and hospitality industry para mapadali ang pag-communicate sa mga traveler para pod less hassle nila. Interactive or CRTs, interactive television is now being used in some cities. Within a few more years, more cities will be using it. It is possible that much of the order placement process will be shifted to interactive television. Specific order forms can be programmed into a database that can be accessed by any number of users. If calls are reduced to one-third by interactive CRTs, travel counselors will be reaching productivity levels of $2.5 million to $5 million per annum each. Hence, the cost of getting a traveler on an airplane, into a hotel, or a car is highly reduced, and the profitability of the distribution system as well as the cost to the traveler is maximized, and elimination of tickets. There is no longer a need for the traveler to carry an actual document for an airplane seat or a hotel reservation. A traveler may place the order about his impending trip on his interactive television and insert his travel card into the appropriate slot on the side of the console. After all arrangements and confirmations have been made, the computer magnetically codes his card. The traveler arrives at the airport, goes to the appropriate gate, and as he enters the airplane right before he hangs up his carry-on bag, there is a slot into which he simply sticks his card. If the response is positive, he presses a button and a receipt pops out of the wall. One of the biggest problems of agents nowadays is how to find the most efficient way to deliver the traveler's documents. The elimination of tickets has the biggest impact on the distribution system because the role of the agent as a trustee is eliminated. Consequently, the order taker only agent will also be eliminated. At present, some food service and lodging establishments have automated to the extent that guests and customers no longer have direct contact with any staff member. There are lodging operations in which a guest inserts a credit card in an electronic device, enabling him to check in without speaking to the room clerk at the desk. Checkout can be done through a touch sensitive screen on the television set in the guest room. Food and beverages can be taken from vending machines. It is interesting to note that food service and lodging establishments have tended to maintain the appearance of service even though automated devices have been installed. For example, some hotels with automatic elevators have continued to hire personnel to run the elevators. Guests are still given a high level of service using more modern and efficient equipment than the older manual elevators. The technological capacity to automate grows daily, and the tourism and hospitality industry will have to determine the extent to which it should use the technology. Smoking or non-smoking areas. As more and more customers of tourism and hospitality entitles demand smoke-free areas for dining and smoke-free sleeping accommodations, the industry will continue to exert efforts to meet these demands. This is specifically true in places in which legislation orders that appropriate facilities be made available. Hence, restaurants apportion sections of their dining facilities to accommodate the requests of non-smokers. Some even install or improve ventilation equipment. Many lodging establishments have set aside accommodations for non-smokers. In some hotels, smoking is prohibited in the lobbies, corridors, elevators, and other areas. Airlines have also established non-smoking areas. The prohibition of smoking in tourism and hospitality enterprises is an issue that is of increasing importance to owners and managers in the coming years. Next is sanitation and public health. A very important issue in food service is sanitation. Everybody agrees that all steps should be taken to prevent illnesses that are caused by the manner in which food is handled or to the food itself. So, it next is sanitation and public health. A very important issue in food service is sanitation. Everybody agrees that all steps should be taken to prevent illnesses that are caused by the manner in which food is handled or to the food itself. So, it's for non smokers. In some hotels, smoking is prohibited in the lobbies, corridors, elevators, and other areas. Airlines have also established non smoking areas. The prohibition of smoking in tourism and hospitality enterprises is an issue that is of increasing importance to owners and managers in the coming years. Next is sanitation and public health. A very important issue in food service is sanitation. Everybody agrees that all steps should be taken to prevent illnesses that are caused by the manner in which food is handled or to the food itself. So, it is very important kung mag-serve ka sa food is mag-gloves jud ka, then mask, also hairnet and apron para iwas food contamination. Proper food handling has always been an issue in the industry. Managers must always be sure that food is bought from responsible vendors. Food must be kept at suitable temperatures to prevent the growth of bacteria. It should be placed under proper conditions to prevent infestation by insects or rodents. The surfaces of equipment must be cleaned very well to ensure that food is not contaminated during preparation. Washing is a necessity in food service, such as the washing of the hands of the employees, the washing of the fresh food to remove chemical residue, as well as the thorough washing of china, glassware, flatware, pots, and pans that are used in the preparation and service of food and beverages. So after sa di mo magamit sa mga sa imo mga plate, mga spoon, fork, and also pagpalit sa mga vegetables or mga ingredients, dapat imo jud limpyuhan una usa nimo i-serve sa inyong customer. Kay kana maka-cause na siyang food contamination or naa say possibility nga maglain ang tiyan sa inyong customer. National and local governments apply strict sanitary standards to food and beverage operations. Some conduct regular inspections and apply sanctions on those found violating the regulations. The sanctions range from imposing fines, publishing lists of violators in newspapers, and closing the establishment of consistent violators. To ensure compliance with local sanitary codes, many food and beverage operators hire consultants to conduct regular inspections and to help in the immediate correction of any violation. As consumers become more aware of the potential harm brought about by improperly handled food, preventing possible violations of local codes will be a significant issue to food and beverage operators. So last is recycling solid waste. In previous years, there has been a gradual closing of the landfills that were used for disposing solid waste and a growing awareness of the harmful effects of either burning solid waste or dumping it into the sea. This has resulted in major waste disposal problems in some places. In some cities, the cost of removing solid waste is increasing to the extent that government and citizens are unable to pay. In many of these areas, separating recyclable plastic, glass, and other items from other solid wastes greatly decreases the quantities that require disposal. So, mas maayo jud kung proper jud ka og labay sa imong mga like imong i-segregate ang malata o di malata para limpyo tan-awon ang mga palibot ug dili ugaw tan-aw na lang pataka na lang glabay gani sa basura. Maora na siya ma'am and thank you sa pagpaminaw. Hope nga nakasabot ra sad mo sa akong gipantabi.
Consumer affairs issue. The consumer affairs issue is about fire safety, truth in menus, and diet nutrition and health. The safety has always been an important issue in the tourism and hospitality industry. In earlier century, taverns, inns, and hotels week were usually constructed of wood regularly destroyed by fire. Many were burned to the ground and large number of people were killed. During the 20th century, motel, and other lodging establishments have instituted many changes, among which are improvements in design and constructions, as well as improvement in the fire control system installed in the building. So, mo nang babantayan ninyo kasagaran gyud sa mga motel ug hotel, inns, kay kuan made with concrete, di ba? Kay para di dali masunog. And aside from that, pod na yung mga fire extinguisher, fire exit, fire hose, or mga water sprinkler nga kuan naka-attach sa building. And another problem is related to construction. In recent years, new buildings were well insulated to reduce heating and cooling expenses. In some buildings, windows were not designed to be opened. Temperature and the air were controlled by a very complicated central system. In case of fire in such buildings, there is danger that smoke may spread quickly throughout the building. So kasagaran sa mga hotel gyud kay walay bintana, di ba? If namang bintana, dili pod usually ablihan kay tungod pwede nga makagawas ang katong bugnaw nga aircon gani. Ay bugnaw nga hangin gikan sa aircon. So mo nang if naisunog emergency, posible nga delikado jud kay ang sa hotel gyud kay posible nga matrap ang smoke sa sud. So posible nga mag-suffocate ang mga tao sa sud. Then next, truth in menus. For food service operators, preparing truthful menus is an ethical practice that should never be violated. However, a small minority that produce many that are not accurate indicators of the food served in their establishment. So, once magbuhat kag menu, naginay ko na ay description sa ubos, like unsa ang ingredients ang naa sa kana nga specific nga pagkaon. So dapat truth ka sa imuhang imuhang menu. Kay okay, let's give an example na ay imong pagkaon na din ay sagol nga peanut, then wala sa description nga nay peanut, then ang customer nimo allergy di sa peanut. So posible nga mag mo attack yung allergy sa imong restaurant. So delikado siya sa imuhang part, no? So manang dapat truth jud ka sa imong menu. And even sa kanang example mga drinks, let's say nakabutang 8 ounce, then inig measure na dili gid siya sakto nga 8 ounce, mga naday sa 6 or 7.5 pero na yan na pwede ka madaot na kay di ka truth sa imong menus. Next is diet, nutrition, and health. Since the public is very much concerned about health diets containing less fat and lesser calories, many food service operators are adjusting their menus to the changing public tastes. Some are devoting sections of their menu to food for the diet conscious. Others are assigning certain menus item for those interested in food that is low in sodium and cholesterol. So kita mga Pinoy hilig jud itag mga bawal nga mga pagkaon unhealthy, like mantikaon, na street food. Bisag ka hibawat ang itom na kayo ang mantika nga gigamit pag prito mukhaon gihapon ta kay lagi lami, then orason dayon nga maura may ma-afford karon ra bitaw panagsa ra bitaw. Then napay mga istorya nga naa sa hugaw ang lami nganong lami ang ginadili, di ba? Which is tinuod man pud. That's why mga food operators ilang sa mga restaurant ilang gi usab ilang menu na sila mga gipangbawas nga ingredients in order nga ma-healthy ang ilang pagkaon, or even ang pagluto lang ilang giusab ang pagluto. Pero ang question ani, if ganahan ba ang tao? Kay of course mausab man ang lasa ana, like example lang naka ganahan jud ko og pancakes ug maha, pero sukad atong akong mama nag low carb siya, syempre iyang giusab ang mga ingredients. Ang sa pancake, ang all purpose flour giilisan niya coconut flour niya, ang butter giilisan niya og unsweetened nga butter. Kay low carb lagi, then mo to pag tilaw na nako, syempre oo yun sa lasa pod. So pareha sa maha pod, oo yun sa lasa. So mo na ang question na if ganahan ba ang tao, makauyon ba ang mga tao bisan pag healthy na siya, di ba? So the trend to healthier dining will surely continue. Successful food service operators will have to give greater attention to the nutritional content of food in the years to come. So next, the future of tourism and hospitality. The World Travel and Tourism Council forecasts that travel and tourism will grow at 40 to 50% in the next 10 years. The tremendous increase present great challenges and career opportunities for tourism and hospitality graduates nowadays. According to John Naisbitt, the futurist, the global economy of the 21st century will be propelled by three super service industries, namely telecommunication, information technology, and travel and tourism. The technology and travel tourism. The following the following are examples of the wave of the future is tourism and hospitality industry. First is the increased speed and shopping use of the internet in developed countries. Shopping use of internet kanang example GCash. Next is extended reach in less developed countries. Improve security of personal information, robotic labor sources, reservation system with more sophisticated voice activated artificial intelligence. Next, improved navigation system for rental cars. Next is electronic entertainment venues and rental cars and on planes and cruise ships. 8, upgraded internet personal digital assistants for operation. Next is marketing mass communization, comprehensive branding campaigns for large and small operator. Next, virtual online customers communication. And 12, just in case seat, rooms, car inventories, electronic travel agent, blended hybrid accommodations, global anti-terrorist microchip security system, pagkadlock nila. More nutritional fast food offering, emphasize on ecotourism, and lastly, improve customer relationship marketing information. So those are the examples of the wave of the future sa tourism and hospitality. Next, ethics in the tourism and hospitality industry. Ethics is an academic discipline that deals with the study of codes of moral conduct practiced by individuals or groups. Business ethics refers to the application of a particular moral code to relationships, activities, and discussions made by individuals in business or industry. It is the code that enables the individuals in business to distinguish right from wrong, to differentiate between ethical and unethical behavior. So of course, if trabaho ka sa usa ka tourism and hospitality industry, na yung mga kasabihan no nga customers will always be the first, pero di sila always right. So unsa may pasabot always sila first, kay of course mo serve man tag tao, sila atong servan, no? Murag itong priority man na ilang satisfaction. Then nakoy nakita ang post ato, issue ni siya sa una nga na ay usa ka resort man ata to nga nagpost siya nga hugawan kuno iyang mga mga guest gi-post niya siyang page niya gi-tag pag yun. So for me lang sayop to sa kuan resort kay sa industry kay nganong kabaw na gud ka sa imong trabaho nga mag-serve sa tao nga if ang tao satisfied sila nga ingato like masatisfy sila nga mugawas sa inyong kuan nga ingato, I think okay ra man pud as long as magbayad lang pud sila tarong, di ba? Sa ako ra po na bisig awayan ko niya. So mo na to para nako. So kabaw ta dapat if trabaho ka sa tourism and hospitality industry kabaw jud ka sa imong uh, ethical ay kabaw ka unsa ang uh, kabaw ka mo differentiate sa ethical and unethical behavior. So next is ang summary.